Hey everyone, today coming at you with a vlog. And I want to talk about something that I've been thinking of lately. Here at church last week, we just finished up our VBS. It was a blast, had a great time doing that. Enjoyed the kids and their excitement, and just getting to share Jesus with them was a great time. And one of the things that we would do, or I had people do at the beginning of VBS every day, was play the song as an intro. Kind of the opening session was the song "Can't Stop the Feeling" by Justin Timberlake. If you haven't heard the song, look it up. I really recommend songs, but that one I recommend. It's just awesome, fun song, fun to dance to, and just makes you feel good. I've never felt bad after listening to it, but I would play the song, and many times what happens is we get tired of a song, or we'll get bored of movies, or we get disinterested in certain people. And I started thinking about the reason why that is, and the reason that happens, and it occurred to me that we get dissatisfied with these things, and even take this to stuff, with your clothes, with the way that you look, with your phone. You got to have the latest and greatest thing. We get dissatisfied with these things, and to me that seems interesting, because it would seem to me that if a song is good, if a movie is good, if you enjoy being with a person, then you would enjoy them all the time, not just sometimes, or when you're in the right mood, but you would always enjoy them. And it occurred to me that I think part of the reason that happens is because we're looking for satisfaction in those things, or in those people, and we have certain expectations for them to meet, and when they aren't met, after a while they get bored. We've heard it over and over again, and we forget, and we want to move on to something new, something else that will satisfy us, something else that will quench our thirst, and our desire for more, to be entertained or to look good, or whatever it may be. And what is happening in those moments is that we want the created things to give us pleasure, and to produce joy, and to produce satisfaction, when they were never meant to do that in and of themselves, and rather what they were meant to do, a song, a movie, I believe, the clothes that you wear, the things that you have, were not given to us, and God didn't allow us to have those things so that we would worship them and try to find our satisfaction and our joy in them, but we would find it in Him. And those things are meant to point us back, and always take us back to Him, to the Creator, and to worship Him and to glorify Him with what we do. This is the point of the gospel itself, and Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection is meant to point back to God's glory, and glorifying Him, and being satisfied in Him. And this is what David does in his prayer in First Chronicles 29. He says, "God, who am I, and who am my people, that we should give as generously as this?" And he says, "All the majesty and all the heavens, all of them are yours." And so he turns back to God the due praise that he deserves. And in Colossians, this is the passage that I want to point you to think about this idea of satisfaction, and having enough of things. And talking about Jesus in Colossians 1, starting in verse 15, "He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by Him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through Him and for Him." and he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And you read the rest of this passage, it's awesome, talking about the preeminence of Christ, and you just read that text, and that all things are for him and created by him and to him, and he holds all things together. And Christ is our satisfaction. I mean, he's it. He's from the beginning and to the end of things. He, in the book of Revelations, calls himself the Alpha and the Omega. He is God. He was there at the beginning when everything was created and spoke into existence. He is the perfect image of God, and God was pleased to have his fullness dwell in Christ. And so our satisfaction was meant to be found in the one that all things were for and created by. And our satisfaction was never meant to be in these things that we cling so tightly to. And so it's kind of silly when we have all these things, we have all this stuff that already doesn't satisfy us, and we run, say, oh, well, I'll get more. I'll get the newest and best thing, or the greatest and the latest, and that'll make me happy. That'll give me joy. That'll give me satisfaction. And it's foolish and futile to run after these things. So I'm not saying it's bad to get a new phone. I'm not saying it's bad to listen to more than one song, or bad to listen, not like other movies or dislike a movie or whatever. But remember that these things that you have were never meant to provide lasting joy. Food was never meant to provide lasting joy, but it was meant to point to the one that does. Give you and point you to satisfaction and true life. And so your life is not found in the clothes you wear, the newest phone, the songs, the type of music even that you like, which can sometimes become dull and old. But remember, the songs that you listen to should point you to Christ. The movies you watch should point you to Christ. The books you read, the things you own, all of that should take you back to the one that gave it to you and created you. So think about that as you go. And I pray that will be something, everything that you do. When Paul says, whether you eat or whether you drink, whatever you do it all to the glory of God. And in that, I think you'll find a lot more satisfaction and joy in the things that you do have, and you won't find yourself wanting for more stuff, but only wanting more of God and being truly satisfied and having true, lasting joy. Have a good day, guys.